what do we do with Forrester with these issues? So
Well,
that's-
Michelle, Michelle's right on it. What she is. What happened is SCAG, which is Southern California Association of Government, which is actually the bank behind all the monies that come in from transportation. And what Michelle's trying to explain is that the fact that even though that you have the Brawley bypass, don't let the Brawley bypass, as known, get confused in with this corridor study for Forrester Road. I am so grateful to God that they have entered in an agreement with SCAG to do a corridor study on Forrester Road, because Forrester Road for the longest time has needed a traffic study. And how that happened through SCAG was through traffic accidents, through the death of people that have been killed on Forrester Road, for the amount of truck traffic, vehicle traffic that is used in Forrester Road. So in the future, yes, 111 will take up some traffic for whatever.
I guess it will.
But we don't know. But right now, we're thankful that they have entered into an agreement to do this study.
And really on the side, actually, the analysis Forrester really came before this region after we do our 20-year transportation plan. And when we did numerous amounts of workshops, what we kept hearing over and over, not just from this particular side of the county, but throughout this region, okay, well, we looked at, say, Route 111, we looked at Dogwood, we looked at the 98, we looked at the 115. What's next? And Forrester was next.
Who's the chairman? You're the chairman?
Yes.
So,
You're the chairman?
No.
Oh, Scott's the chairman.
She had her hand up.
several years ago, we were told, I live on Andre, Sir lives on Forrester, that there would be turn lanes made on Forrester on 80 and Andre, and they finally got one at Keystone, but we haven't gotten them on the north end. What happened? What happened there with our turn? It's an accident to drive into her driveway. It's an accident for me to come home from on the north to get onto Forrester so I can go home. I mean, it's a constant accident. The trucks are turning in, and a lot of your trucks are going down Hoskins and down Andre and then down Forrester, which I don't appreciate because they go too fast.
You know, I've been kind of quiet here I'm just trying to absorb everything that you guys have been talking about. So I really appreciate all the comments. And ma'am, and that's why we're here tonight. Because I want to hear from you. I want you to write down the comments about the turn lane evaluation. And, you know, to the extent that...
But they make promises and they never come up through with them. I mean, these promises were made years ago. We got 2. And the rest of them, we don't even know where they are.
And please write them down.
I've got them right now.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to make one more comment about that. I think you really need to wait until 111 is done, the bypass, to make a decision on whether you use Forrester. Because in my own local opinion, which I'm not a traffic engineer, I happen to be an agricultural scientist. So anyway, I think you need to wait until 111 and see what traffic goes that way, instead of speculation about why they go that way. Now, most of the truck drivers that I know, they like to get there and get done. And if it's a better straight shot, they're going to go that way. And that'll alleviate Forrester. Now, you're studying Forrester right now because it's the only way to go. And everybody in the world's got to go. The tractors, the cars, the trucks, you name it, they've got to go on Forrester because there's no other way to go.
Well, they can take 86.
And so he takes the pressure off. I think it's going to make a different situation. You may want to divide it or something to make it safer, but I don't know.
Yeah,
That's up to you guys.
And the thought process, where you're coming from is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that by having a more efficient 111, Forrester's traffic would decrease. Possibly, right?
Yeah, there's so much
the
traffic.
The thought would be that if we maintain with the current traffic volumes that are on Forrester, and we add all the other developments in the area, future developments in the area that would use Forrester, we'd have a very conservative assumption then. Would that be a fair statement?
That's my. I think it's an unknown. What you're looking at right now. until it happens?
And you're saying that it's an unknown in terms of we would be overestimating
Traffic congestion. Yeah, the different.
Okay. Well, that's it's good to know. And me being an engineer, I always like to be very, very conservative to the extent that we're still within reason, but we don't want to be overly conservative.
I know exactly where you're coming from. One of my sons is an engineer, civil. Okay.
Sir?
Yeah, if we presume that the future of the Imperial Valley is going to be similar to what it's been over the last 50 years, then and I apologize, Mr. Shields, but that view that you have fits the idea that we're in a slow growth, we're ignored, we're an outlying region, we're almost a foreign country. Let me finish. Our population in this county has been and is anticipated to continue to grow at greater than 3.5% per year. Albert Einstein said that the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. Okay, well, compounding population growth at 3.5% per year, we will double our population in this county in 20 years. That means that we will have approximately 350,000 people in the Imperial County in 20 years, because we have over 170,000 now. Okay? Now, projecting that, and knowing that anything that comes out of this meeting and out of this study is going to be 10, 15, and maybe 20 years into the future, what we're anticipating today is how do we plan to accommodate the growth that is going to happen. And if you don't like 3.5%, which is the more recent historical rate, we can drop it down to 3% or 2.5%, and we're still going to double within 30 years. And Forrester Road is going to be, even if we don't have the truck traffic that Wayne is talking about coming from San Diego, Forrester Road is going to be a major north-south arterial that this county's population has got to be able to depend upon. And so, looking at it from that standpoint, we can't wait to see what happens with 111. 111 is going to be fully utilized by shortly after, or within the foreseeable future after it gets completed, and we're still going to have the possibility of major north-south log jams in this county by the simple reason of reasonable, not excessive growth. And we can't ignore that. That's going to happen because the coastal areas can't continue to grow. San Diego's built out. The only way they're going to continue to grow is by continuing to build up, not out. Orange County, built out. Riverside, San Bernardino has got room to go up into the desert, but guess what? We got room to go in this desert. And there's a whole lot of reasons why growing in this desert makes more sense than growing in Victorville. We've got better water sources. We've got potentially better energy sources. We've got better access, and we're a major terminal for the growth in Mexico that is happening and will continue to happen. And so I have to disagree with you and say we need to continue this study now, and we need not wait until we see if 111 is successful. It will be, but we're going to continue to grow.
Thank you. Again, going back to the presentation, the way we analyze whether an intersection or a segment operates at an acceptable service level is dictated by the jurisdiction in which it resides in. Portions of Forrester Road reside in the county, and so we would use the county's methodology in analyzing it. And then the ramp intersections at Forrester and the 8th Freeway would be based on Calcan's methodologies. So we adhere to the appropriate jurisdictions' methodologies. We've come up with 11 tasks in order to go from soup to nuts, start to finish. We've embarked upon our data collection and project administration and management tasks. We've completed those. We're in the midst of establishing goals, and this is why we're here tonight. And we're still collecting data on other developments in the area. So far, we have about 100 developments that we're weeding through and